I made balance for it. One of the balance I grew up
Yeah, I fell off the ladder a couple years ago, so I've been working with it.
Oh, you missed the last step.
Yeah.
You just step backwards.
That's the last 4 months and it flipped out. Whoa, that's not good. Nothing to ground. Well, that's true. My neck is like this all my months almost. That is a
Good, how are you?
Friends here, so we moved to Arizona.
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Bodino?
Here.
Mr. Piano? Mr. Forrest? Mr. Thorne?
Here.
Mr. Mayor?
Here. Approval of the agenda for September 19, 2022.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Mr. Bodino?
Yes.
Mr. Piano?
Yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Here. Okay, what we're here for tonight is ordinance 286, an ordinance approving an interim loan from Cobank ACB in a rate principal amount of not to exceed $2,640,000. 2 million, sorry. 2,006,040, authorizing from agreement and promissory note to the evidence that's loan authorizing construction of a project.
Unless you're within delivering an emergency.
Yes, sir.
Can I kind of talk to that down for a minute?
Go ahead.
We've all got a letter from our town attorney on the water stuff, and he pretty much explained it to anybody. So at that point, I hear move that we approve this emergency ordinance.
Is there a second on that?
Excuse, what did you say? Mark, you want to repeat it?
I made a motion, we go ahead and do it, because we've all had a letter from the attorney, and
I read the attorney document, and I read the papers from the attorney, and I read the emails, and I did have a couple of requests for the ordinance for people just to hear them. I would like to have added into this that the council be updated monthly at all meetings in progress, or on the meeting progress. I'd like the council members to be provided copies of important documents as soon as possible after receipt. And I'd like for it to be 2 signatures on all important documents. And I would ask that Gerald be one of the people that sign.
well, there's Donald, Gerald, and Tyler sign. So I don't, there's 3 people we need to sign, because there's sometimes we don't get in there. You know, I can't really make a motion for agree to bill. It's up to you, Gerald, if you want to sign, and then, Tyler's
And
absent.
the reason I'm asking for this, and it's real simple, when Gerald's a successful businessman here, he has an understanding of what he's actually signing as being successful in his business. You know, so I think that would add a plus to us having his signature.
Okay, we can do that. Have to ask Tyler, I don't know what legally we gotta do, but generally under the ramifications of the contract, it basically says the town administrator and the mayor.
Yes, and that's an easy change, it's just into the wording, a town councilman is also allowed to be added. And this is from the attorney,
From what attorney?
and I thought, from this gentleman here.
You want to ask Jerry Donald? I think I heard.
Jerry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and I can hear Councilman Thorne very well. It's really difficult to hear Mark Piano, but I don't know if he just needs to speak directly into his mic.
Okay.
Well, Jerry, what they're asking is, Jerry, that we have 3 signatures from the town board versus 2. And as state statute set up right now, it basically is the town administrator or the town clerk versus whatever, and the mayor of the town. We never have that, we we bat on the third one just because in case one of them was out. But,
And I'm asking that two people actually sign the documents, and I'm asking that Gerald be one, as he's a respectable member of the community, that leaves a third person out there in case one of them is not available. It's a reasonable request.
Are you talking about Councilman Gerald Barbino?
Yes.
yes,
Okay, 'cause my first name is Gerald too, so
Excuse me.
I need to clarify that. Yeah, that, okay. I'm not sure, Mark, if you were suggesting the statute only allows one signature?
no, we got several. I mean, at one time, we had 4 of us that could sign, now we only got 3. But the thing is, Gerald's one of them too, so we could add a third signature on it, it's no problem.
Well, three people authorized to sign, at least 2 required, is that what Councilman Thorne is saying?
Yes.
I don't see a problem with authorizing 3 by name, requiring at least 2 of those to sign.
That'll work.
And as of it is tonight, we don't have Tower here, so Gerald is the vice mayor, and Donald, they're gonna have to sign the thing anyway, because we need to get it signed tonight, so. All right, Vern, thank you.
So we have a motion, and Mr. Bodila, do you second it? Okay.
Can I ask one more question of the attorney, and then I'll be ready for the vote?
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead, Barry. We're passing this under an emergency clause, and my understanding of the emergency clause is, this will go into effect right away, as needed to be. But then after this, will we not have a first reading, a publication, and a second reading at a future date? I mean, right now, it's just a resolution, it won't be an
It's not a
ordinance.
resolution, it's an ordinance.
Excuse me?
It's an ordinance, not a resolution.
Well, I understand it to be a resolution
It
until
says
it's...
ordinance, right there, Vern, I just got it, ordinance number 286.
I can read the words, it says that it's an ordinance, but what I'm saying is my understanding after reading what, about putting an ordinance into effect, it calls it a resolution until there's a town hall meeting that the council gets to speak. It says that there should be a posting for 30 days, then it says a second council
That's
meeting
not
where
an
the
ordinance,
public
Vern.
has,
You're right, you're right, on an ordinance, on an ordinance.
to make it an ordinance.
Yeah, no, not to make it an ordinance, is it an ordinance? Right now.
Okay,
So we have the
well,
one-
that's why the attorney's here, because I'm asking the attorney this question. I understand that this will go into effect today, and that's what we need to do to pass the interim loan. I am in no way trying to stop that from passing. I'm asking a question on resolution to ordinance to be legally passed.
I apologize, but the problem we got here is that ordinance was drafted by the bond council, who deals with the intricacies of public finance that is exempt from payable regulation. So all I can respond to is my understanding from a plain reading of the ordinance is that because it's adopted on an emergency basis, and they really don't articulate the details or the crux of the emergency. I tried to communicate that to bond council when we were on a conference call late July or early August with bond council. And I mean, he didn't really have any concerns about it. So essentially the emergency that exists is that this project has taken far too long to get through it. And based upon my experience experience in this year, last month, especially this year, and we're dealing with it right now. The delays are really between USDA and SGN. Tennille emailed me last week and said she was playing phone tag with Matt Hudson of SGN. Now, I don't know why the heck she can't send him an email and say, yeah, talk on the phone instead of a typing. So I contacted the SGN. Matt Hudson's out of the country until the 26th of September. So I emailed SGN and said, get somebody that can talk with the USDA. The point being that this thing is dug out and dug out and dug out. We've gone past the time allowed under the original decree. We have the amended decree that was filed last week on the 12th that sets new deadlines. At least the state is working with us. But this thing's got to happen, and it truly is an emergency. It deals with the basic necessity of the town of Aguilar, which is water. So,
This will happen.
What I'm saying is, Jerry,
This will happen, and this will happen now. It's an issue I can take up at the next council meeting if they put it on the agenda for that, and then I'm ready to vote if they will add that to the agenda.
Let me just explain what I understand the ordinance to say, is that because you're an enterprise, you're exempt from because it's an emergency, once you adopt this ordinance tonight, it's to go, and as I understand it, you have to publish notice that you adopted this ordinance after the fact. There's no follow-up meetings and approvals and all that to make it final. When you adopt it tonight, it is a final adoption of this ordinance and approval of the credit agreement and the note as to form. The delay that's going to continue is that this can't kick in to a loan closing on the interim loan where you actually get the money from Cold until all the T's and all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted between USDA and SDN. And I also, as legal counsel, have to verify to USDA that you in fact own the reservoir site, that there are no problems with the legal title to the reservoir site. I've been working on that for weeks, trying to get that resolved, and Tyler and I are getting closer. But I have to say that what the USDA letter of conditions has a whole bunch of things that have to happen. The biggest one is USDA has to approve that preliminary engineering report. Christina at SDN said she didn't think there were any changes that needed USDA approval. That's good news. SDN has to develop the bid documents and the contract for letting the bid. That all has to be approved by USDA before CoBank will fund this interim loan. And CoBank's not going to fund this loan until they have an absolute commitment to the USDA that the USDA will pay them off when this project is done. So this whole process is still going to take probably more than 30 days, but this is the key component, is approving this interim finance tonight.
I'm ready to approve it myself. I believe it needs to go through. Then I would ask that excluding this ordinance, that our next town council meeting, we discuss ordinances and the way that they're put into place.
I'm gonna say,
Just add it to the next meeting.
I'm gonna make a motion, we approve this ordinance. We have to get it approved, as Jerry's discussion just went through.
And I'm ready to do that. Just add to the next meeting that we discuss,
Okay, that's fine.
excluding this ordinance.
No, it's not excluding this ordinance, I'm making a motion to approve this ordinance. And that's my motion. If I get a second,
You ready, Dan?
okay.
Roll call.
Mr. Buckingham,
Yes.
Mr. Piano,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Okay, got that taken care of, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Buckingham, Mr. Piano,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. 6:15.